He stepped forward and asked, "Will this allow the ancestor to gain a second life?" "A second life?" the ancient dragon roared. "Although a vast amount of life force has already been lost, it is still enough for me to be reborn. However, I will only be able to recover 80% of my strength and abilities. The remaining power will take another 10 years to fully restore." Hearing this, the two of them exchanged a glance and nodded in agreement. "As long as you can live again," they said, "nothing else truly matters." The next moment, the ancestral dragon swallowed the item Lu Fan had brought. As soon as it swallowed it, the item activated. Light emanated from its body. A blinding light enveloped it. Then, through Lu, it instructed Lu Fan to summon his star dragon. Upon hearing this, Lu Fan immediately opened a portal and summoned the star dragon. The ancestral dragon then said, "This is the reward we agreed upon. Star Shah creates a star. Breaking it causes massive damage over a large area, resulting in effects such as burning and explosions. Power increases with strength. Star radiance form. Power increases by 1,000%. 13 million celestial stars. A world destroyer. 29 million celestial stars. A true world destroyer." The JMMS core was one of a kind. Its stars continued to shatter endlessly from within, causing its power to grow without limit. In the end, it was detonated using a star dragon as the catalyst. The explosion unleashed catastrophic damage, enough to bring about the end of the world itself. At the very beginning, the number of stars had already reached 29 million. Lu Fan stepped forward, his face filled with joy. "This is what I expected from a Dragon King-level skill," he said. A status window appeared, indicating that the mission had been completed. Star Joint Dragon commission completed. Quest reward. Your dragon pet of the same Star Dragon bloodline has inherited the power of the Star Joint Dragon. All of its skills have been upgraded to Dragon King rank. Seeing this, Lu Fan was overjoyed. But that human, he was in trouble. He clenched his fists, staring blankly. At that very moment, the ancestor dragon looked at Lu Fan and made a solemn request. "My last request. I want to go to your territory and pay homage to my life mother there." Hearing this, he grew uneasy and asked whether they would be leaving this place. Lu Fan explained that he had already informed the Star Giant and the Murang family that the Sakura Nation would launch an attack on Tianfu Island within 3 days. He also mentioned that the Murangwei family had expressed their willingness to help, but he had politely declined their offer. He did not want any more people to be dragged into this battle. Before leaving, Lu Fan said, "I promised the Murang family that after meeting the Life Dragon, I would safely return the Star Giant Dragon." With that, Lu Fan departed. After putting everything in order, he began studying the adventurer's notebook he had found within the secret realm of the Divine Ruins. In truth, he was simply waiting for his enemies to arrive. The place where Lu Fan was reading was known as the Shadow Fortress Vacation Zone on Tianfu Island. Just then, a girl came running toward him in a panic. "Lu Fan, we're in big trouble," she said breathlessly. "Shocking news has just broken." Lu Fan looked at her and took out his phone to check. The moment he unlocked the screen, the headline appeared. The 4 ministers of the Flower Kingdom had awakened superpowers. All the leaders of the 4 flower gardens had reached the peak of the 5 elements, their strength now rivaling that of the Dragon Kingdom. Even more alarming, there were suspicions that the Sakura country had set its sights on the Dragon Kingdom's dragon trainers. Understanding her concern, Lu Fan said, "Listen, with so many of them moving at once, it's impossible that they're coming just for me alone. They're probably trying to intimidate our neighboring nations as well, hoping to take over the Tiki Nation without shedding a single drop of blood." Then Lu Fan added with a mischievous smile, "But if they really are coming for me, I'll make sure to teach them a lesson they'll never forget." On the giant screen, Lu Fan watched as a massive group of people advanced aboard enormous ships. One of them raised a hand and reported, "Master, the point ahead is the final location indicated by Yamata no Orochi. Lu Fan must be there. This time we will definitely find him." The man standing beside him, the one he addressed as Master, shot him a murderous glare and said coldly, "This is definitely the final point, and now, Dragon Tamer, you have no path left to retreat. Infinite Dragon Tamer, you will die by my hands." The moment Lu Fan saw them, he understood. With a faint smile, he said, "From the looks of it, our special guest is already in position." By then, Lufan's two friends, the two girls, had also arrived at his side. Lufan glanced at the status window, checking the information on the Tianfu region. Suddenly, a violent storm erupted over the sea, lightning flashing across the sky. Every ship began to rock violently. Bolts of lightning struck several of the vessels, setting them ablaze. The people in the boat panicked, causing a huge commotion. Just then, a voice rang out from the larger ships. Seawater is entering the ships. Seal the hatches immediately and activate the combined protection of all the larger ships. Quickly. As soon as the larger one was activated, a large invisible shield surrounded all the ships. He immediately ordered maximum output power. Meanwhile, Lufan was watching everything on the screen. The girl said in surprise, "Hey, will this really cause any problems?" "These people are really coming this way." "Yeah," Lufan explained. "Don't rush, Uncle. This is just the beginning. I want everyone to come forward. Then they'll be taught a lesson." Meanwhile, everyone took small boats from the big ship and reached the shore. His entire army had now landed on the shore. He said to his master in despair, "Master, the storm and lightning have killed almost everyone, most of whom were soldiers of the 3rd rank and below. Our main fighting strength is still fine." His master replied, "Yes, you're right. This kid really has the talent to survive in such a dangerous place." Then he pointed forward with a finger and said, "Keep moving." Everyone advanced. Lufan checked the status window. Location, Shadow Island. Level 2. Area size, up to 1,800 square kilometers. Region, Black Sand Sea. Defensive status, storm clouds active. Fog active. Lightning tore across the sky in rapid flashes, sending waves of panic through the soldiers. Some of them muttered nervously, "This fog, it really feels dangerous. Shouldn't we proceed with caution first and confirm whether this is truly just fog or something else entirely?" Their master replied coldly, "You can observe it as much as you like, but this place is far from ordinary, claiming it will be far more valuable to me than you realize." But then, without warning, some of the men began to vomit, their breathing turning labored. A poisonous stench filled the air and the toxic fog started claiming lives, desperate screams for help echoing everywhere. The master immediately performed a purification ritual that had taken 4 months to prepare. The fog transformed, and before long, the people were revived. This power, known as life resonance, focused on the caster and released waves of healing within an 8-meter radius. Each wave instantly restored 15% of the maximum health of all allied units within its range, placing them into a natural, regenerative state. Yet in the very next instant, an invisible blade appeared in the air, slicing through the necks of several soldiers. The troops were left in utter confusion, unable to tell who had launched this sudden attack. Many were killed in that sudden assault. Screams echoed everywhere, shouting that the enemy attack had begun, yet the enemy itself was nowhere to be seen. Then, a stranger holding a bow and arrows finally appeared and laughed. "Oh, what an interesting welcome ceremony. You were waiting for us to be scared, weren't you? All this energy is being drained. This isn't something that forms naturally." At that moment, a shadow, level 80, lunged at the master. Immediately after, a man carrying a red banner stepped into view. He shouted, "Dragon Tamer! All you know how to do is show off your skills! Come out already!" And then, the one everyone had been waiting for finally appeared. The instant Lufan stepped forward, he said calmly, "Everyone, get ready to enjoy this carefully orchestrated performance."